Hey guys, and welcome to another bump date. This is an exciting one because I am 20 weeks pregnant, which, as you know, is very exciting because I'm at the halfway mark. Halfway to holding a baby, very, very close to viability. So if on the off chance I were to go into labor in about 4 weeks or so, there's a good chance that baby could survive, which is always exciting as we get closer to that day. I'm actually really excited because I'm going to show you guys my bump at the end of this video, which I haven't shown my bump in all of my bump dates, but there really wasn't much of a bump there. I was like a little bit like, I don't want to show my actual, what do they call it? Like a flupa or fupa or something. So now that I actually have a bump and there's something to show you, I'm excited to show you. So hold on for that. But yeah, 20 weeks is really exciting. Baby's the size of a beanie baby. I love that the What to Expect app has like different categories, because we always just had fruit with Ollie, and even Finn, I don't remember there being other options. And so now you can either do like TVs and movie as a category to look at your baby. So I think they're also the size of the world's best boss coffee mug from The Office, which I love The Office, so I thought that was exciting. Or a Beanie Baby, which Beanie Babies from my childhood, and a Beanie Baby is kind of big, so I was like, whew, that's crazy. I think head to rump is like 6.5 inches. That's kind of big, but that does not include their legs, which I don't know why we don't ever count legs, because we count legs in real life. We don't just do like head to butt in real life, what your height is. But I figure obviously legs, they're different for everybody, so it's probably hard to really know. But 6 inches, not including her legs, which is a pretty big baby if you ask me. First thing I wanted to touch on is why I missed my 18-week bump day. I'm so bummed I missed it. I really try to keep up on them because truthfully, I go back in both Ollie and Finn's bump dates quite often, not just when I'm pregnant too. Like, I love to look back and find out like maybe certain things of like what I was feeling, or I don't know, just I've always gone back to those videos, and especially their update videos. I've always gone back and I watched them at 4 weeks and 6 weeks to see how they were and how they were progressing and all of that. And so to miss a bump date is really sad for me, but the truth is life is very busy around here. I have 2 boys, I homeschool, I run a couple businesses. I feel like I'm always juggling like a million plates, and so sometimes I drop one, and that makes me really sad. But at the same time, I'm gonna give you a quick update. Nothing really happened between 16 and 18. There really was not a lot to update on anyways, other than I definitely started popping out, I would say around like 16, 17 week mark. No, I would say actually closer to 17, 18 week mark, I guess. I'm not even really sure. Definitely started popping out. And you know what? I am 20 weeks and I have yet to still feel a kick from this baby girl. I definitely feel like wiggles, I guess you could say, like little wiggles. It's really hard to say like 100% or not if that is the baby, because you know, there's bubbles, there's things that happen in your body that are like gas and fluid moving and digestion happening, and so it really is hard to tell. I'm sure it is her. And I'll definitely sit, like I've sat on the beach and I'll sit in bed and I'll be like, is that it? But I am like waiting for that kick. I remember so vividly Ollie's first kick, like the first time I felt it. I know exactly where it happened, when like where I was standing. We were in Walmart, we were vlogging. That was such a cool moment for me, and I have yet to feel her first kick, and so I am like waiting. I cannot wait to feel her kick, and I am just assuming that she's just a little thing in there and doesn't quite have the strength yet to punch through all that she's got to get through to let me feel it, but hopefully soon, hopefully really soon. Some exciting news is that tomorrow is my anatomy scan, which is really exciting. I am really much looking forward to it. I don't know if you guys know this, but with Ollie and Finn, they were diagnosed with a little bit of an enlarged aorta in their heart. Their like valve is just a little bit large. They saw that in Ollie when at the anatomy scan, but by the time he was born, it had resolved itself and he was totally fine. And we did a checkup maybe when he was like 2 or 3, and it was still totally fine and not there. Finn, on the other hand, he had it as well. When he was born, he still had it, and he still has it today. In fact, it's a little bit on the mild to moderate side, meaning that the aorta is still just a little bit enlarged, and they keep a very close eye on it, because if it grows larger or faster than he is growing, it could potentially be a really bad risk for him, such as like it could burst, which is really scary. But obviously before that happens, happened, we would probably have to go in and have it fixed. I'm really hoping, praying that this is not an issue for Finn and that it's just part of who he is and it just grows with him as normal and it doesn't affect him at all, which it hasn't yet. But I'm super curious about baby girl. I really am hoping to not get a diagnosis like that. I have just been like praying since day one that her little heart just is pieced together perfectly and there is no issues with her aorta or any other issues. But yeah, really looking forward to hearing if they find that same sort of diagnosis. It's very strange. It's such a weird thing that both my boys have. Brian and I have both been checked. We don't have it. None of our families have heart issues, so I'm assuming it's just like a really random weird thing that's happened. But all right, symptoms. We're gonna talk about this one. I am starting to definitely get out of breath, which is so annoying because I'm 20 weeks. I'm like, gosh, I'm so out of shape. My dogs are barking like crazy. But yeah, definitely been getting more out of breath. I'll go up and down the stairs and I'll like, I'll be like talking to Brian. I'm like, and anyways, that's definitely coming in. The other thing that's coming back is my energy. I feel like now that I'm 20 weeks, all my energy is back. I feel like this is always like the best part of pregnancy because you have energy, you're back to like your normal self where you're not feeling like tired and sick and like, I don't know, you just overall don't feel good in the first trimester. I just feel great and I have a bump now so I don't feel like just like chubby. I kind of like, oh, I have a cute bump but I'm not too big. Overall, this is like the greatest part of pregnancy and I'm really just like basking in it because I have a lot to get done and I'm thankful to have some energy back so I can actually get things done and prepare for this baby. Another symptom I've started having, which it comes and goes, thank God it's not just like here and here to stay, but it's hip pain. I would love to know if anyone has any suggestions on hip pain. It's probably my #1 symptom with Finn that I would complain about. It hurts so bad and I know the majority of the reason why it hurts is because I have to sleep on my side. I was sleeping on my side because subconsciously I knew, well, in a few weeks here I'm gonna have to not sleep on my back anymore, but really I can sleep on my back still, and so I've started to try to baby my hips a little bit just to give me a few more weeks of relief because they were hurting so bad. And so I like forced myself to just kind of just lay on my back. There's no reason why I can't lay on my back right now. I'm not too big. Baby's not weighing, cutting off anything or having any issues. But here in a few weeks, I'm going to be on my hips only, not allowed to sleep on my back. I'm kind of scared. It was so painful. Like, it was hard to walk. So if anyone has any suggestions on hip pain, I know I did not receive much relief with Finn. I would get like weekly massages and I would do all kinds of things to try to help like loosen and open up my hips, and they were just so tight and so painful. So yeah, Jared's calling me. Jared, hang on! Another thing is I can finally drink coffee occasionally. I'm not back to like full, I can have a cup of coffee every single day. There's definitely days when I'm like, that doesn't really sound good. Yesterday I had a cup of coffee, I enjoyed it, it sat perfectly with me, but then I spent the entire day with like anxiety, and I think it was from the coffee. And I had it early on, but I had anxiety until bedtime. And there was no reason to have anxiety. I'm not really someone who gets like a lot of like anxiety or a lot of stress. I was running around the house getting stuff done, but the whole time I was just like, oh my gosh, is everything okay? Like, I don't know, and I'm pretty sure it's from the coffee. It probably is because I haven't had coffee in quite a few months, and so my body's like, oh my gosh, what are we supposed to do with this? Kind of crazy. But other than that, no other food aversions, which I'm really thankful. I think with Finn, I couldn't eat steak for like my entire pregnancy, which was really hard. So I was always eating chicken, but steak was like very nauseating to me. I do not seem to have any other food aversions. Other than the coffee, which seems to be like coming back somewhat, I'm really thankful I don't have any other issues with food. So yay. Alright, so that's pretty much it on all my symptoms, on all the news. I'm excited to update you guys on the anatomy scan. I might even start doing a little bit more frequent bump dates. Don't like hold me to it, but I have a lot more things going on, so I want to make sure I'm updating a little bit more on real time so that I'm not like forgetting. But yeah, I'm excited for that anatomy scan. And now I'm going to show you guys my bump. There she is, 20-week bump date. It's not crazy big, just a little bump. Definitely can tell I'm pregnant, but not like, oh my gosh, she's so big. And I am wearing maternity shorts because nothing else fits me. In fact, if you see me starting to wear the same clothes every day, that's because nothing else fits me. But yeah, so there she is without. But yeah, She's getting so big. I'm so excited. Anyways, like I said, we have a lot going on in the next few weeks, and so I'm excited to keep you guys in the loop. If you're not following me on Instagram, I do like to update on there as well, so make sure you guys follow me. I'll have my link down below in the description, and I'll see you guys in my next video. Bye!